Stream is up. We just joined. Regina's here now. There we go. I need 2 more. No? All right, they're not coming. Oh, as soon as I say something, right? Okay, all right, Brian. I guess you're here on time. Close enough. If you're here before I click the button, you're on time, right? That's when it really counts. Okay, so welcome. Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Monday. I hope you had a great weekend. Apparently, I did. I didn't really do anything special, but I'm feeling really good about today. Don't know quite what it is. Probably an extra donut I had for breakfast. That was really delicious. Anyways, today we are problem solving. We are working through our chapter review. So we're bringing all 6 problem solving strategies together in new and exciting ways in anticipation of the test tomorrow. Reminder, there's a test tomorrow. Okay, watch out. It's online. It's in fact more of a quest. Right? So before we get to the review questions, let me work backwards. Tomorrow, I will be posting 2 things. One is a link to the quizzes quest portion of the test. That is to say, the multiple choice and short answer questions. These are all about the problem-solving strategies themselves, right? Which strategy would be best here? What clue or what strategy does this clue tell you about? Those things, right? The strategies and the clues and the vocabulary. Which, by the way, hint, hint, the quizzes that we did already, those questions are like really similar to the questions that'll be on the test. So those are a great study tool. Go back. There's a reason I had you log in to those so that you have an account. It is saved in your quiz history. Look at those. Bring them up. I think there's like a flashcard mode. You can use them to study with. Okay, do that. It's great. Anyways, so you've got that portion. That's 20 questions. We'll go live. The link will be live tomorrow, and because it's a quizzes, you can retake that portion throughout the rest of the week to improve your test score. Doesn't that sound awesome? Do it. Take advantage of it. Then along with that will be the problem portion. So there will be 2 problems that are the test problems that you will need to fully answer and complete and show all your work. That'll be just like the homework set problems. Okay, there'll be the document, you download it, here are the problems to do. You do all your work, show it all, keep it there. Don't use an eraser, okay? Cross things out and restart if you have to. I want to see the whole process. And then upload that, put a nice big box around your final answer so it stands out, and I know that's definitely your final answer, not this scratch work over here. Okay, make it clear and obvious what you mean. And then I will be able to grade that for more points. It's worth more than just a single point by itself. Which is why I have to do it outside of the quizzes, okay? And then you can get partial credit for the problems as well, all right? So that's the test. That's what's happening tomorrow. You guys, because you're a different color group, okay, you don't need to report into the Zoom tomorrow, but I highly encourage you, go ahead and use this class time to set that aside and say, hey, that's the time I'm gonna work on this test, because it shouldn't require much more time than that, all right? The flexibility is still there as it is with any other off-color day, but please don't, be responsible with it, be reasonable with it. Don't spend all day on this thing because you have other stuff to do, all right? But the flexibility is there. With that said, let us prepare for that test with the chapter review. So this is something you ideally looked at and started over the weekend, because there's a lot of simple stuff you could have done, right? The vocabulary notation questions, that was easy, right? Concept check questions, those are pretty straightforward. This is all going to be in that quizzes portion of the test tomorrow. So make sure you study and know those things, right? What conditions would be good for drawing a picture, right? Those are those clues. right? Difference between an exercise and a problem, the four-step process. Section 2, inductive reasoning versus deductive reasoning. There's a question on the test about that. Okay? We even studied this all the way back in first semester, and then it's brought up here again, so make sure you know that. Okay? It's like I think it's important or something. And these problems here, practice with those problems because you will have to solve problems for the test. Now, as for the rest of today, you have the full period to work on this and finish this. Hopefully, you'll have at least gotten started with these, at least read through them. I would recommend, and if you haven't done this, at least keep this in mind for the next time, right? Read through the whole thing and run through your brain and have you do like a quick difficulty check and say, hey brain, if I had to do this problem right now, does it sound easy, medium, or hard? And kind of like rank them all. Okay? And then the easy ones, you save those and be like, oh, that's easy? Okay. I'm not going to worry about that one too much. And then the hard ones are where you really look at it and you say, okay, I need to start this weekend. Start the hard ones over the weekend so that you find where is the obstacle. Okay, why do I think this is hard? What's the difficulty point, right, that you're stumbling upon? What's the stumbling block there in that problem? So that you can come in on a day like today and ask me, hey, Mr. Apple, I tried this problem over the weekend, I got started, I got stuck at this point, can you help me out? Okay? And the more specific your question is, the more helpful my answer will become. Now, because we're doing this all online, and classes are being recorded to YouTube, you have the distinct advantage of all the other classes' knowledge. So for example, we did question 3 already in period 4. And I talked about question 1. I've got actually a little 3D model of the thing here. And question 2 we did last period in period 7. So if you go to my YouTube channel, you can pull up the videos for GO4 and GO7, and you can watch through those and get the full answers on those 3 problems right off the bat. Okay? It's free stuff. It's already there waiting for you. They've been prompted to come back to this period's in the hopes of finding answers to other questions. So that said, what questions would you like me to go over? Remember, there's this section. There's also the section 2. Nobody's asked about one from there yet. No questions yet? All right, well, you keep working, and when you think of something, you let me know, all right? If you thought of doing questions 1, 2, and 3, I recommend, since, hey, the answers are on video, already recorded, why don't you skip those ones? Start with question 4 right now, or 5, or skip to the next section. Work on one of these right now, so that you can ask right away, and I can answer you here and now, and then you'll have it recorded on video. You can go back and study it again later. Let's take maximum advantage of the format here. Right? And while you do that, I'm going to put in grades.
Mr. Apple, is the test tomorrow?
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you.
You got it. No questions yet? You guys are feeling that confident? Your answer's like, I don't even need to check. I'm happy to just check in with you. Just want to say, hey, Mr. Apple, I think I did this one right, but could we go through this just so I can see if I have the right answer? No? Okay. Suit yourself. Still got, what, 20 minutes to go? Why are you so loud, Windows? Aha, question. For number one, I got 243. Must be this section, number one. Let's see. 243, that's a lot. Three. I said, yeah, it's gonna be a lot, isn't it? Let me just check. It's like a. Did you multiply them? Right. 1 times 3 is 3, and then 3 times 3 is 9, and 3 times 9 is 27, so you got to do 9 times 27. All right, so yes, 243, and then 6, 5, 6, 1. Yes, and I think you're off by a digit there. I have 1, 5, 9, 4, 3, 2, 3 for the last one. So that should be, I think, 243 times 6, 5, 6, 1. Yeah, double check that that final multiplication there on for your third one. You should be in the millions. But yeah, that's a sneaky little one. It's taken the Fibonacci sequence rule, and instead of adding, it's multiplying, which is really cool. And then you can see, oh my gosh, you thought Fibonacci got big quick? Holy cow, this is only the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th number in line, and we're already at 1.5 million. If only my bank account could grow so fast, right? Sadly, it does not. And pi is 3.14159, so this is not just the digits of pi, unfortunately. There's something else afoot here. But a good start on that one. Thanks for chiming in. I was beginning to think this will be the most boring stream ever. There's no point in watching. Message retracted. Oh, somebody tried to send a message on YouTube. Why'd you retract it? Good luck. For B, 475869. Ooh. 475869. Yes, that is correct. Man, now you'll have to tell me how you got it. I haven't looked at that one long enough. I just have the straight up answers. It doesn't have the explanations for me here.
For that one, I was noticing that 14 and 25, they were going up like 1, 2, 3, like 14, 25, and 36, the tens value. And then I saw that the ones value was 4, 5, 6. So then I just kept adding on and on. Or 11, adding 11, I guess.
So is it just a difference of 11 between each one?
I think so. I wasn't sure about 3. I just noticed 14 and 25 and 36.
Yeah, that's neat that you recognized them as individual digits climbing 1, 2, 3, and this was 4, 5, 6. Because that is, which turns out to be just adding 11. 11 is unique like that. In our base 10 system, it's 1 in each slot. Yeah. See, I was overthinking it. I was like, ooh, 25 and 36, those are square numbers. And oh, but 14 isn't. Oh, shoot. All right, that's what I go for. I go straight for the squares. Ignoring the fact that it could just be a regular linear sequence. Okay, just plus 11. All right, sequence, you got me with that one. You were so simple, I overthought it. See, that's the thing with these. Don't overthink them. You overanalyze too much. It's absolutely perfectly fine to start with the basics. Start simple. Be like, there was a good episode of Leverage, if you've ever seen that show. Fantastic show, by the way. Definitely worth a watch or a binge, right, if you have a weekend. But yeah, one of the things that the leader of the group mentions is that in order to pull off a successful mission, I was going to say heist, but they're not always heists per se, is to start simple. What is the very basic steps that need to be accomplished to get the thing done? We need this thing. Well, at the very basic level, assuming nothing goes wrong, right? You just go in, talk to this guy, get the thing from here, right? Like you start very simply, and you build up from there, right? Their plans, crazy convoluted schemes of, okay, you go in this way and you pretend to be this guy and you go here. It is all building in contingencies to make sure that the simplest plan will work. So there's a little problem-solving thought for you, is start simple. I think, yeah. Nicely done. And then as for this C, while we're here, why not, since you can't really type in your response into Stream, let's see what we can notice here. I've got an octagon with a little square hat on top, and then same octagon, the square seems to be shifting into different places, as well as this little dot. And the square was on top, now it's on the bottom. The dot was on the bottom, now it's on the side. So the dot is not always opposite of the square. But let's see, the dot almost seems easier. The octagon is not moving, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to trace. Will it auto octagon for me? Oh, yes, it does. Okay. So I know I'm always going to have that. So let me get one of these in each slot there. And we need the little dot, which seems to be going from this corner up to that corner, right? And then up to that corner. So it's just cycling around the corners, right? So the little dot goes there, and then over there. He's just going around clockwise, a tick at a time. And then how about the square? What do I notice that doing? It goes top and then bottom, and then to the left side. So I don't know. That's a tough one, right? It's hard to, you don't really have enough information to be sure. This is the problem with inductive reasoning. I don't know if the square is going, maybe it's just a three-stage rotation. It could go back to the top. It could go top, then bottom, then left again. Top, bottom, left again. It could just repeat itself. Or my instinct is saying, well, top, bottom, left, like your gut tells you, oh, I'm missing the right side. I did top, bottom, left, right. Up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A, select, okay? We gotta get that Konami code in there somewhere. So, I would wanna put it on the right-hand side. Attach it there, and then the next one start on the top and then bottom. So repeat a 4 cycle. That's probably because an octagon has 8 sides, which is a multiple of 4. And yes, that is the official answer is this. Go with the right-hand side, then go back to the top, then bottom. So up, down, left, right. And that just feels more natural than a 3-sided cycle. It's like the right side just feels so left out on this otherwise symmetrical figure. So, but there's no good, there's no solid reason for why that is correct versus just repeating at the top already on here, right? You don't have enough evidence. We need more information. That's the downside of inductive reasoning.
Oh, sorry. For the quiz tomorrow, and we got a problem like that, like, is there a way to get it wrong if we don't have sufficient evidence to like be able to solve it?
There will not be such an inductive reasoning question that doesn't have enough information. First of all, I can't have you draw on quizzes, so this type of question is right out, right? At best, I can give you a numbers one, because you can type in a number of what comes next. So the technology limits that somewhat. And I said there's only going to be 2 open-ended problem-solving ones. I'll be honest, I'm not wasting one of those problem spots for something as simple as this, right? It's going to be like, you know, more like these guys, okay? Because I don't want to hit this on your drawing skills, right? Whereas these, you know, there's definitely enough. We can be pretty confident. This has 4 numbers. This one gives us 5. We can be pretty sure that that is the pattern going. It would be a lot more complex to come up with a different pattern completely. Right? You got kind of an Occam's razor going here. This plus 11 is the simplest solution. Are there other ways to go from 3 to 14 to 25 to 36? I'm sure there are. Right? Given enough time, we can find some very esoteric connection between them. in some fashion and figure out what a different next number could be. But this one is just such a strong, simple relationship that I'm much more confident in this 47 than I am in this octagon, right? This is like 90%, it feels pretty good, but I know I don't really have a great justification for this side versus the top side. Whereas this is like, oh, it's plus 11, it's very consistent, right? It's going on at least 3 times already. I'm 99% sure it's a 47. It's never going to be 100%. Can never be 100%. But I think a 99% is good enough for a test question. Okay. Especially since anything beyond that would require way more advanced mathematics than you've been exposed to anyway. So that it would be unreasonable to have you dive into the possible 1% other option. There you go. That's probably way more detail than you really needed. Consider the matter settled. Okay. Any further questions? We've still got 4 more minutes. No? All right. Well, then let's